MPL action. But this could be our possible last game, the zoom out
I
capability.
like that.
And I do hope that it comes back here so we can pull it back.
It
Who
is.
knows?
It is. It is. But now, Blacklist International had their. I mean, they're really full of for Haji seasoning. Let's just simply remove this hero, and I guess that might work for them. So does the Selena ban, and now we will be seeing a different strategy coming from the Omega.
Clearly, you're seeing Blacklist International here. Just banning out that Ling. The Ling really worked wonders for the side of Omega.
It is, but what I'm astonished right now is that the Uranus is gonna be open once again for Blacklist International, and this is the exact thing that they had. And I'm not gonna lie, this is one of their first pick, regardless of what's gonna be their draft. Uranus all above everything for the side of Blacklist. But I guess the Barretts was open, and so does the Roger for Omega. Now, how will Blacklist International attack this one? Will they still try to do what they did on game number 1? But I guess not, because they do have here the Forza. And what hero will we be seeing for full clip? Is it the Lancelot or it is indeed Lancelot?
It's let's just say that clearly Blacklist International, they need to stick to their roots. It's not like you guys know how to win.
It is.
You guys have a good standing in the playoffs, and you almost got the top spot. If you didn't lose that certain game that you had in the early stages, then you could have gone with the first spot.
It is.
But now, against Omega, they can't find that formula. They cannot break that code.
They cannot break that code. Yes, that was something to note here for Blacklist International, as this is their hashtag for their team. But this is gonna be the first time we've been seeing here a Barretts for Omega, and this hero is gonna be the first as well for the playoffs. But we've seen a lot of Barretts played during the regular season. Even Blacklist International able to pull off a Barretts pick during the week number 8, but they did lose. The only ones that worked is the one from Onyx, and that was Delara using it, and we might be seeing it here on the hands of Cortese. What do you think are gonna be the Barretts put onto the table here for Omega? Is it gonna be the same what I mean, the only successful Barretts we had was from Delar, and the way he actually plays it is like invading the buff of the opponent. Yes. So will this gonna be, or this is gonna be a Barretts that's just gonna stay on the lane and just sustain? And definitely a Barretts is a one hard hero to kill on its respective lane.
You know what? First time I'm seeing a Barretts, and this does not look good for the side of Blacklist International. You let the Barretts out of your bans. You did not pick it. You could have gone for that. But Uranus is still a viable option, though. I mean, for the Indonesia scene, Barretts has been very successful in their certain kind of understanding of the meta. But for the Philippines, Barretts isn't really that hot here. Like, the playstyle that Barrett does, in which they actually try to extend the team fight as much as possible, the Philippines really like their fights fast, aggressive, and it's done in a blink of an eye.
Exactly. It's just the burst damage that the meta here in the Philippines is really shining. Though we're not seeing like into other metas that like Eudora picks, even the Kadita. Those were the things that it's actually possible for other metas, specifically in Indonesia. But here in the Philippines, it's kind of a little bit different. But the Barretts is still gonna be the same. It's gonna be one hell of a hero to deal with. And who is gonna be the hero to fight alongside? It might be Edward, or rather the one, or probably that's gonna be an Aqua hero, the Claude. Once again, the average type, the side lane Claude and Insurance into the late game. And I guess it's Omega's will be the one to be honest, it's gonna be hard. I mean, Blacklist International, they do have here like a mid-game play from the Forza, Lancelot, so does their three heroes in the mid lane will definitely hit like a truck. It's gonna be do the rotation. It's just leaving the Uranus, so does the Claude on the respective lanes.
Freya.
And just the three just roaming around. But the Freya, definitely a Toshi hero, will once again be seen here on the MPL.
Omega, they really like this.
They do.
They put it on Toshi.
That this is somehow a comfortable pick for Omega.
They got Barats, they got Roger, they got Freya, they got Choid.
But the only ones lacking for the side of Omega right now is definitely a burst damage. Probably there is somehow like a burst coming from the Lycan Pounce, a couple of normal hits coming from the Roger. But in terms of burst, I guess we give it to the Forza, or Blacklist for Blacklist International. Lancelot and Forza, they're gonna be the one to command the early to mid game. But what's something with Omega that they had is the channel. Just to hold it on and get the items that this Freya, this Roger needs to back it off their strength, or at least their power spike during the mid game. And it might be over from there.
Let's see how Blacklist handles this. I like the draft coming out from Omega. Not gonna lie. But Blacklist, you know, when a man just wants to win something, he will do everything in his capability to win it at that point. And that's Blacklist International right now. They have to win this, or else they will lose their chance on that coveted MPL PH championship.
Exactly, Butters. Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes. And Omega's been the streak breakers. They beat Bren. Code breakers here, Blacklist International, in the midst of the hardest fights that they have went through. They've broken the code time and again. And this is where it's going to be interesting, as we will see Bonchan and Dale fight in the backlines.
Yes, in the backlines, in like a matter of a chess match. But now, look at here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Barrett's is being choked here on the top lane, and Esson doing a great job. Just holding it for Aqua, at least up until level 4. But this Heat is just waiting for the right moment to be able to eject someone, and that's gonna be Esson. But he actually ejected Courtesy on the process.
He ejected Courtesy, and you know what? Those are the mistakes that sometimes happen.
It is.
Those mistakes, they sometimes happen, and you can't really say that, you know.
I guess
you just have to let go.
It is. Well, I guess the cooldown for the ejector is about to go off and try to throw Courtesy just to stun. That might be a possibility, but Courtesy here, even with half HP, is very, very tanky. But meanwhile here on the bottom lane, still, Hit can be seen. I mean, this Jawhead is really giving Omega the vision that they need to be able to pull it up, and just giving space for the Freya to farm, even for the jungle for this Roger. And there, he's actually doing well. This Jawhead, look at the rotation that Omega's been doing. It's really a sight to see. But now, Killer here, almost dying. It's already level 4. It's going to be hard to kill that one. He's going to regen its HP, going under the turret. And now, we might actually get a calm, or rather a quiet, peaceful early game, as both of the teams are set to get their power spikes just right on the mid game, or rather at least get their ultimate first. But now the Daytona's been used by Esson. He's actually been thrown out inside the turret, but still tanky. And Killer will be the one to fall
and
first.
Haji is being very aggressive, and he's in human form. Remember, the duality of a Roger.
Yes.
You get slowed in human form, you get dealt extra damage based on the missing HP you have on your hero. That's extra 50% extra damage of the the missing health of a certain hero. So let's see how Omega will deal with that. Blacklist International, they steal that and they get the kill. And Farsa here is really happy with that play. Edward just stepping up.
It is. I was wondering why had GC, he actually hold killing the turtle and checked if there's heroes from Blacklist International, and they just let's just take it either way, and then suddenly the feathered airstrike was just on the right moment, taking the turtle away from Omega.
I kind of get the idea why, because he knows that the Lancelot, once it gets to a certain threshold, the HP threshold, that's going to be the Thorn Rose and the Retribution.
It is. But needless to say, it looks like Blacklist International is having a good footing here on the fourth game. And, well, this might actually went on a very late game, as both of these players, or rather these teams, do have their insurance heroes. But look at the job coming from Eson, but the Purify is just right on time. He's been using it, the ultimate coming from Haze, enough to kill that killer. But look at onto the back lanes. Feathered airstrike coming from this Edward, still chasing in hit, but that ejector from Heat from downtown.
It was they were catapulted. That was the action. Like, he went in, he dashed in, and he got thrown back.
Exactly.
It was like a catapult, ladies and gentlemen.
It was actually been thrown into like the boulder or whatever you call that, and he's been thrown further than what it's supposed to be. But Edward here, hitting so hard. This Farsa is doing work. He's actually been carrying the early game for Blacklist International, but this one hell of a dinosaur here on the top lane. They cannot be able to kill off this. He's too big. The stack definitely gonna be on the 25th for this one, and it's hard. I mean, in terms of the resilience and the magic and physical defense of this Barrats, it's hard. It's hard to kill this one.
And as you can see, the full clip gets his purple buff, and they get another initiation there. Blacklist International, they get the turtle once again, and it goes to a very odd person or target. It goes to the Kufra. Kufra gets another shield. Oh my goodness, Blacklist International, how are you guys doing this? How are you stealing the buffs with the tanks, with the supports?
Yes, it's time and time again. I mean, Eson barely dying there, but he actually did last hit. That's the reason why he lived for another day. And looks like Blacklist International is back on the series. But yet, well, it's not yet over. But I guess Aqua here is having a great time farming here on the bottom lane. And this is something Omega doesn't want to see, that this Claude might actually be strong. But there is an ejector coming in. Edward flying on around. He's leaving here. Eson just right on time to save his teammate, and they're gonna disengage.
I think they're paying the price of this Freya pick. Freya isn't really working well here for the side of Omega. This is not a team where you can flex your muscles in the early game, because Blacklist International, when they get that Lancelot, they are gonna bring the fight to you.
It is, yes. Bring the fight and rather kill you. But GC, I guess, they do have here someone who's still scaling enough for the side of Omega. I think they are winning in terms of objectives. They're the one who's been getting towers after towers. But Blacklist International are actually confident to take team fights here for Omega. I guess Omega has been just holding on because they do have here the Cignal. They cannot get pushed easily. That's one. I mean, that's for sure. But
You cannot.
I guess Blacklist International knew that already. Look at that.
Okay, so there is the innate pushing capability.
Toshi! It's gonna be a wrong place to be. Getting or seeing the whole squad. Look at the Detonas. The tongue wasn't long enough to get that. But
Remember,
definitely the Purify was there.
Detona's welcome. Remember, there are two ways to just join that.
It is.
Get immunity, get Purify, or get out of the way. And that is how you do it in terms of full clip show. ladies and gentlemen, is a capability of full clip, and he goes wild, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh no, Omega! We've seen this earlier in the series. Wow, this first day of the MPL Season 6 playoffs really is very surprising yet exciting as the teams are really hungry for the win. Ladies and gentlemen, Omega is still not out, but I guess Blacklist International are showing the signs for us that they want and they will make it happen to get game number 5. Here is the Gillette instant replay hashtag save the day. Look at how aggressive this full clip, this Lancelot going in with the Tyrant's Rage and Revenge, going in for the Thorn Rolls for the final moment, killing that Jawhead.
And Omega here, this is uncharacteristic of them, godlike from full clip. Oh! Eson here with an initiation. Hajizi is a prime target there. He doesn't have the turtle buff anymore. He can't be safe at this point. He's going in with half HP. Can he get out? No, you won't. Legendary for full clip. Full clip.
Oh my, full clip is really full on its ammunition on this.
Log in the game and participate in the Trickster's Village event. Get those Halloween candies because one spin is equal to 4 Halloween candies. You can get 7 every day. And if you spin 10 spins, you get a guaranteed Terizla special skin, which is the Hammer Giant. So make sure you don't miss out on that one.
Exactly, don't miss on that one, and don't miss out as well as Blacklist International taking in the first Lord of this match. Will they be able to succeed? Killer, or rather full clip, doing all the damage. He took down the Lord, but at the cost of Eson's life. They need to disengage, and they do, and they will. Now, I guess having Eson died, getting that Lord is still worth it for Blacklist.
And we are probably gonna go to game number 5.
I guess so. Well, I said it, ladies and gentlemen. Deja vu. Deja vu. I guess, well, to be honest, I'm happy, Butters, because these two teams, they do deserve where they are right now. And giving their best on this match.
And right now, we are getting the best MLBB games that we can. We may be tired, ladies and gentlemen, but we won't back down of a shoutcast.
We won't.
We won't back down.
We won't, and we will never. We'll just broadcast on its fullest. But speaking of fullest, the ejector has been made to Edward, but he barely died and still capable of using the feathered airstrike. Look at it, going into Edward, but I guess he doesn't want to overcommit onto that Farsa.
Okay, the push will be halted right now as Blacklist International are forced to go out. The Lord isn't available anymore. They really just wanted to get more stacks on that creep waves, but still, one of the reasons that you would want Blacklist International to stop at that point is that is the first Lord of the game. That isn't even an empowered Lord.
It is. And yeah, still, Omega, they do have a chance here to flip the switch, or rather to bounce back. They had this Chango that just to hold the lane. They have still this Freya. Well, it may not be doing so well during the early to mid game, but this is still a Freya. If you give enough items and probably space, this one gonna hit like a truck. And you don't want to have like a 1v1 for a Lancelot versus a Freya. Definitely Freya will win that one 100%.
Okay, Blacklist International slowly climbing up. They don't want to make this the last game of MPL S6. They want to stay here for the longest time possible. Remember, the ones who win are the ones who actually make it or stay the longest in the stage. And that's what you want. You want to be in the stage for as long as possible. Killer getting thrown out. Edward here getting hit with an unstoppable force. Killer just waving those hula hoops around.
It is. What actually he's been holding on for, I guess, Butters for Omega. Basically, the Barretts is not doing what it is supposed to be. Yes, he is tanky, But if the Roger dies, or rather this Chango, I mean the damage dealer that this Omega has is just definitely Haji. Haze has been dying countless of times, and that's what giving it hard, because Edward here, this is the one they've been trying to get into. They really look at even Hit. It's just trying to pinpoint where the Farsa is, but it's really hard for them to do it. Wow, that was a very ballsy move coming from Full
Well,
Clip.
they don't really have the stun that
It is.
they don't really have the stun that Omega wants them to have. But Aqua here going in, is he gonna try to take down Kurtzy? Kurtzy here with the Barats. Barats, it doesn't have a good win rate here in the Philippines. It might have in the Indonesia side, but in the Philippines, it's a different story.
It's definitely a different story. But what's the bit story is, I thought Essen doesn't have its flicker, but he do have. And the second Lord has just spawned.
And as you can see, Lance is making his way there. They're in the area. Killer has pushed the wave to the side of Omega onto the bottom lane. And what does that mean? It's prime time to take down the Lord.
It's prime time now. Will Omega somehow miraculously get the Lord
And
on
look at
the
Killer.
hands of
Look
Blacklist?
at Killer just
Damn.
pulling out something here out of his sleeves. And he tries to hug out Heath as much as possible, but Heath doesn't want the love.
Doesn't really want the love, and there's no one to kill Killer right now. Look at the Lord, half already on HP, but they might want to hold this one up. As look at Curtizi, just man enough, going into the mid on the Lord pit. It's been reset, and we're back to square one. Oh,
This is the never-ending dance, the never-ending waltz near that Lord pit. Onto the bottom lane, there is Blacklist International's Full Clip. Trying to push the waves back to the side of Omega. And as you can see, it's the never-ending waltz, ladies and gentlemen. Art of Thievery will always be there. Killer here, stacking it up. They're gonna go for it. They know that some people went to the bottom side for the side of Omega. 3 people to be exact. Only 2 are here. They're not really committing that much. And Omega here puts the 2 people in that area on that side. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh! Oh, she gets collateral damage. He's the first one to go down. Kurtzy uses the flicker. And man, oh man, Blacklist International, they will take the Lord now.
yes, they do have a good pickup right there for Toshi. And, well, this might be Omega might still wanted to give it a hard time for Blacklist. They are bouncing it off that they could be able to steal this one. Will they be able to do so? Critizi is the nearest, but he, with no avail, can be able to take down that Lord. Now, this is the Lord.
And there is a push that's happening into the mid lane.
It is.
But it wasn't really enough.
It
And
wasn't
you know
really
what?
enough.
You know what? You know what happened? Because of that push, it might look trivial to you guys, but because of that push, ladies and gentlemen, the Lord was placed in the shortest route possible in the game, the mid lane.
It is, it is. Now, they're going all in. Blacklist International, they know that they don't want to drag it onto the late game. They all have the advantage. Luminous Lord taking down the base turret on the mid lane, trying to get the top lane as well. 2 turrets down for the side of Omega. Will they take another one? That's the question.
Killer here, he is leading. He is leading these minions. Oh, and Heath with a nicely timed flicker there. Not gonna lie, that was really cool, but Toshi, you are God. Heath, next one doesn't have the flicker this time. No outs for you, sir. Esson going in for the dive. Don't really know what happened there, but Killer. And oh wow, look at that. Another initiation attempt for Esson. It won't really matter that time, but right now, the creeps are moving to the side of Omega. They're just waiting for it. The Predator airstrike is here. Now, they are going in. They are already controlled. And look at this, Blacklist International. This might be the defense that Omega wants to do. They will get that, and they live to fight another day.
Yes, they do have another chance to reclaim this one. They're just 1 game away, Butters, on closing this series. And Blacklist International is showing like just what Cignal did to Execration, not giving a free ticket to the semifinals. And wow, Blacklist International looking very, very strong here on the late game. You don't give Killer that Uranus. That is the storyline for this series. Both of the games, they won with this Uranus. And if Blacklist do won this match, I'm expecting 100% ban on the Uranus for Omega next game.
Okay. Oh, Eson getting thrown out once again. Let's see. Kurt Z is not gonna get hit, but he does get isolated for a bit. And Blacklist International knows that that wasn't really the best target for them to go on, so Kurt Z will be left alone. Oh my goodness, it's already Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
It is Friday, and I hope you guys are enjoying watching the MPL Season 6 playoff. This is just the first day, but the first day is ready.
Aqua!
Oh, Aqua, you don't want to jump there, barely killing the Barretts. But I guess that was a return damage. Was there an item like a blade armor on the side of Omega?
It could be a possibility, but you know what? Things are looking slow for the side of Blacklist International. It's really hard to close a match right now, and you are getting a lot of it. Courtesy, ladies and gentlemen, he gets initiated on. And that is going to be another legendary for full clip, and that is going to be the takedown on Hajizi.
This might be over.
Oh, Toshi wants to fight.
It is.
Doesn't really have the damage for it.
This is gonna be over, but there's definitely all the damage dealers coming from Omega is already been dead. Yes, they do have Hay, they do have the Meteor Tower, but this is still 5 members from Blacklist International taking down Heat. He's just one Shango. He's not gonna be enough to hold the base of Omega, and now we do have here a Game 5.
10 games, ladies and gentlemen, one day. 10
games.
10
matches.